So a lot of these players, they're doing their thing in the mid-major and they're moving up to these Power Five teams. And this is something I said last year. I said, I don't think we're going to see that many Cinderellas as we've been used to seeing, like in the past. Because
Yeah.
if you do solid 1 year in a mid-major, you're trying to move your way up to get more money, and that's where the NIL does come in. So I don't see what's like. Maybe you saw this last year or not, but what's your take on just where the game is moving with NIL
Yeah.
and transfer portal in terms of like the tournament and stuff?
Yeah, so my take on this is, well, I think there'll be upsets. Yes. I think in like the first, maybe second round, there'll be upsets. 100%. I still think that'll happen. I think, though, that the amount of teams that get to a Sweet 16 and then go farther than that, that are Cinderellas, will be way less. Because, like you said, to win multiple games of the tournament now, the talent is just so concentrated in really the power three conferences now in Big 12, SEC, and Big 10. And
Yeah,
then you have the ACC and then Big East.
Big East,
And,
yeah,
and then after that, it's really like two or three mid-major conferences. Like the
Big
Mountain West is by
Mountain
far
West.
the probably best right now. Then the A10, and then maybe like the Ohio Valley or
Yeah, something like Drake or something like that. That
yeah, but
conference.
like other than that, like it's going to be hard for these schools to beat an SEC Big Ten team because the talent, and not only the talent now, but the coaching. Because think
Yeah.
about it, all the coaches now, right, at those mid-major schools, the minute you have success there, you can't really stay anymore because all your players are leaving.
Hmm.
So the minute you have success, you're going up. And so all the coaches, all the talent is now concentrated in the power, those three leagues, and then not even the mid majors, the ACC, Big East. So I don't think there's going to be like an F. I would be shocked, honestly, in the next 5 years if there was like a mid major outside the Mountain West or A10 that goes to the Final Four.
Yeah. And just to go off your point where you're talking about players leaving and coaches having to deal with that. We've heard from coaches, whether it's high major, mid major, it's like they're recruiting a whole new team each year. And
Hmm.
if both teams are doing that, obviously they're going to have some struggles early on in the season. At the end of the day, they're both in the same situation in terms of like where their teams are going to be by the end of the year. Like they're still gonna have some a little bit, maybe a little bit of flaws, but not too
100%.
much. But at the end of the day, that's gonna be the same. Then the difference is going to be is like that talent level. You know what I'm saying? And the
Yeah.
high major schools are going to have that better talent level. And we've seen that just like last year. All the best players that were in like Cooper Flag, Walter Clayton, um, who went from Houston? Was it was it LJ Carter there last year?
Yeah, LJ Carr was there.
Prior, so like all the best players for the most part are on these better teams and they're gonna show up, you know what I'm saying, towards the end of the tournament. But yeah, I agree. If everything kind of stays how it is now in terms of just NIL and transfer pro and everything like that, I don't really see mid majors making it
So I'll
to.
give I'll give two good examples last year, right? McNeese and Colorado State. So Colorado State played Memphis in the first round. So
Mhm.
not a and Memphis's point guard Tyrese Hunter was hurt that game, and they beat them. They then lost in the second round. So that was a team with an NBA player and now the point guard in North Carolina, and they
Mhm.
went to the second round. Then McNeese, a team filled with Division One and a great coach, Division One Power Five guys that went down a level, and they beat a Clemson team, good win, right? But then they got smacked in the second round. It's gonna take if you're gonna go to the Sweet 16 from a mid-major Cinderella level, it's gonna first of all of that team will not be there next year. They'll all
Yeah,
be
as I
at
said,
Power Five
they all did.
programs,
They all went
right?
out.
So it's gonna take like honestly, it's gonna take a elite recruiting. Like you're gonna have to find guys like you were just talking about with Iona, Walter Clayton, and Dash Jenkins, but not many Rick Pitino's are walking around.
Like
So
diamonds in the rough,
yeah,
and you're not gonna keep them. So it's like I think the way that a lot of these mid major coaches, low major coaches are looking at it as is kind of like a G League to the NBA. What I mean by that is like
it's a great point.
if you can get a player to move up, right, from low to high major. Now recruiting is okay. You just see we sent this dude to a Duke or to wherever school, right? Now just recruiting makes it a little bit easier for us. Like we can, I don't know if they're saying this, but it's like this is where your path could be. So I have heard coaches say this before. Who knows if they're actually saying that in a recruiting pitch? But I know high school players or anybody is definitely looking at that stuff too. So that's
I
how they get
think
right